Hi, I'm Jacco Gardner, and I'm here at Ronquières in Belgium, and you're watching RTV. We just came off of a tour that was first 4 months in Europe and then 5 weeks in the United States, and then we did some one-off festival shows, and now we had a week off and then this show, and it's going to be kind of the same the coming months. So kind of one-off shows until we start touring again in September around the UK and things like that. I think in the time that we're off, it kind of depends on who's doing what, because some people in the band, they go on vacation to some other place, but I usually just stay home to pick up on the stuff that I had left behind while I was on tour and try to get into the flow of studio recording again. The show is different each time because you never know what's going to happen at the shows, and actually because the audience is so different and the location is so different, the acoustics are so different, and the vibe is different if it's during the day or during the night. Those things are completely different, and we mix up the songs and things like that, so every show is completely different for us, but in other ways they're also exactly the same, which is kind of the thing that becomes a drag after a while on tour. Doing the same thing every day, but every job has things like that. I think in the 2 years that in between when the first album came out and then the second album and now, a lot of things have changed. Mostly the live shows have been an ongoing process of changing the setup and changing the sounds and getting to the right kind of sound for live, which is something in itself and different from the record, you know. So it's kind of a longer process that it's still ongoing, I guess, but it'll always be probably. And in the studio, it's mostly the things that have changed, I guess, are the instruments that I use. I've acquired more different kinds of instruments and microphones and things like that, and other kinds of outboard gear that I've used in the studio. So the sound, learning to work with those kinds of equipment and things like that definitely changed the sound and my approach to working in the studio as well. Definitely. In the beginning, I was not as comfortable on stage as I am now, I guess. But it was also because I didn't know exactly what I was doing yet, you know. This, especially because playing live shows and getting the sounds right and things like that have been such a long process for me being a studio musician. Also changed my way of how comfortable I was on the stage, because in the beginning I was just trying to get all the details right on my own mostly, and now everybody is doing their thing and knows exactly what needs to be done to get the sound right on stage. I feel very honored when people think that. I'm not sure why exactly, because I think it's mostly because they hear something different that they're not used to hearing, or some kind of, you know, I do have these specific thought process and obsessions that have been going on in my head about for years, and I guess that resulted in the thing that I do. And just because other people haven't had those kind of thoughts constantly, they find it sometimes impressive what I do, you know. But I'm not sure if I'm a prodigy or anything. I'm not sure if I agree with it, but it's very, very flattering when I hear that.